When was the last time you watched the original Lilo and Stitch? Well, I thought now was the perfect time because we have the live action adaptation coming to cinemas tomorrow or probably now whenever you're watching this review. So, having gone back and watched it again, not being forced to watch it because I'm watching it with my kids, or at least that's the excuse I always used to use for watching Disney movies. Now I'm going to be talking about it as an adult, as a 45-year-old dude watching a cartoon. Is it still good? Should I be watching this? Let's talk about it. A young and parentless girl adopts a dog from the local pound, completely unaware that it's supposedly a dangerous scientific experiment that's taken refuge on Earth and is now hiding from its creator and those who see it as a menace. Throughout this review, I'm going to give you little sound bites that come from my eldest son, who does a voice of Stitch quite well. I think you'll appreciate those little kind of voice iterations from the lines of Stitch. I hope you enjoy that.
Nobody is left behind.
You know, when old people say they don't make them like they used to, this is one of those movies. For me, there are a few top tier that are not Pixar related Disney movies that will always interchange for probably the top five. In amongst them would be Beauty and the Beast as one of the original greats. Emperor's New Groove would be up there, Aladdin, and this one would probably fight for one other. Depending on the mood that you're in, will be like what will take your fancy for what Disney you're going to put on. And as a 45-year-old dude that's been doing these reviews now for 20 years, I am consistently surprised when going back to those older Disney movies at the level of creativity that they have, but it's more so the level of character development. I really feel like that the new Disney films, a lot of them, especially the live action remakes, are losing a lot of what made these animated movies so great. And that is fantastic character development. Here we have Stitch, this alien that his true purpose is to be a destructive being. That is what he was created for. It is the story of the ugly duckling represented in an alien form. And it is also the story of what family is different to everybody. Family is what you make it. It doesn't just have to be blood. The whole story of nobody gets left behind is one of the forefront of the family here.
Ohana means family.
So although it's animation, the themes within really strike home and continue to strike home. When we see Stitch start to learn that there could be possibly more than just his destructive nature, when he sees the relationships shown beautifully from our two main protagonists, sister and sister. One is now kind of playing both parent or father and mother because they don't have them. And so their sister and sister relationship is strained, but he still sees the love and the dynamic played with what it means to be a part of a family.
Ohana.
That is displayed beautifully in character development as the growth of Stitch's character turns to him being more selfless rather than destructive.
Stitch not bad.
Then, of course, we have the family dynamic of little Lilo, who desperately wants a friend, but she's different. It's another theme that resonates so well with each and every one of us. She is made fun of by her peers in her classroom because she is different. She likes things stranger. She likes to dissect things or build things that look weirder than what most other kids wouldn't play with or wouldn't even think of. Here, this film celebrates that different is also fantastic. And I like the beautiful story of friendship and love that comes out of this, in amongst the craziness. One of the things I always forget about this film is its crazy opening, the destructiveness of Stitch. You forget that he might not just be this sort of lovable character that's a bit destructive, but you forget his true purpose was to destroy. And kill and maim, and it was quite brutal. The way they showcased that at the beginning, I'm pretty sure they're not going to have that in the live Disney remake.
He took the red one.
That crazy trog is about to make us jump!
And because it is so well steeped in these themes, when we get the action that happens to our characters, the introduction of new characters like Bubbles, who is blatantly just a man in black.
My friends need to be punished.
those characters become so much more lovable because of those themes that we carry on with throughout the movie. And then we have the score by Alan Silvestri, who is one of the greatest composers of all time. And the heart that is displayed here through a tempo that helps raise those exciting moments to what you want them to be.
See, Fluffy.
But then more pivotal scenes when you have the emotional moments where Lilo has had enough of Stitch. There's a cue in that moment where you see the change in Stitch happen on screen. And it's beautifully shown through those visuals, but also that score that just helps to maintain the emotional energy that they want here.
But you need to think about what's best for Lilo, even if it removes you from the picture.
This for me was such a surprise because I was laughing at all the silly jokes, but also more so of the themes that were within the adult jokes, not like racy jokes, but more so that if you're a young kid, you probably wouldn't quite get what it was referencing, because they're referencing adult themes throughout this movie. It's a tour de force in what Disney used to be. The live-action remakes are fun for what they are, but they do seem to be somewhat heartless. Even though most of the initial reactions, the social reactions of the live-action remake seem to be really positive. I've seen the trailer, and from what I can see, what they have changed, it looks like they're taking some of the hearts out of it. So from my initial perspective, I'm going to go and check it out, but I don't know. I'm not holding up high hope. Fingers crossed that it might actually be half decent and they've kept some of the heart. That relationship is what makes it really great. Here, I would say that this movie is a 4.5 or even a 5.
I guess I was pretty horny.
I can't really fault it. It has great pacing, great animation, great themes, continues to stand above the rest for, you know, considering how many great ones there are. The Lion King I didn't mention there in those top 5 will probably always interchange for me. But I'd love to know, what is your favorite, or what is your top 5 Disney animated movies? And did you like the live actions? Which of the live actions have been your favorites and maybe not so favorite? Thanks so much for watching. Got a bunch of reviews coming this week. Do help this channel if you feel like you've gotten something out of this review, maybe a little bit of nostalgia, and go, oh yeah, I need to check that out again. Well, I hope this helped. The voice actors in this were great. The cinematography with the way they framed the animation, heightening the action with those emotion, with the score, I think is just a really cleverly done film. Pacing never really lets up even when there is downtime. A really well done Disney animated movie. But most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.